thank you for joining me today. My name's Simon Williamson and I'm here from AVAGO-INK Designs. It's been a few weeks since I've been here, isn't it? Let's see who's joined us already. So we've got Sarah, Jackie, Paul, Denise, Irene. I don't think I've missed anybody else. And there's obviously someone who's all joined us as we go on. It's been a busy few weeks, hasn't it, at Stampy Towers here? Anyway, let's start off with the first bit of news I've got to tell you is the Stamping Together Festival is going ahead for definite now. The tickets are available, so if you can come to that, it'll be really good. I'll be there myself, and all the other brands will be there, so it'll be really exciting. And that's on the 30th of October in Port Sunlight, and you can get your tickets on the Stamps by Me website, so I'd definitely do that. And also, if you want to like and subscribe to the channel as well, you'll be kept informed of any notifications, and especially things like that, you'll not miss out on any news, so it'll be really good for you. So, let's start off today then. So I've been having a bit of a play this week. I've actually been using some other products rather than AVAGO. So I've been using some Thirsty Brush and also some Stamps by Me products, just for a bit of a change for me and for you. So I've got a bit flowery this week. So I'll show you my first card I've made. This is going to be the first demonstration we've got. Pop that on there a second. We'll just let that banner disappear, then you'll be able to see it. There you go. So this first one is just going to show you I can create a really interesting background using the actual die cuts. And I'm using some of the IZINK black spray as well. So let's get started. I'll show you how to make this card. So to start off with, I'm just going to get my spray box out, put that on there. And I've got a bit of white card already pre-cut down to size. I'm going to put this in this box. It's a bit deeper than normal, but I don't want to spray so close. I'm going to be a bit higher up. I don't want to coat everything in black ink. So I'm going to give it a light mist from a height. I'm not bothered if it doesn't get it all. I just want to break up that whiteness. I think that's about right. Nice that. I'm just going to get this out carefully so I don't smudge it. And then we'll give that a bit of a blast with a gun just to dry it off. Just hold it there in the corner. Just that Irene says she's away that weekend. Well, not everybody can get there, but it'd be nice to see some faces there, wouldn't it? There we go. And it just creates a nice background, like you can see, if I hold that up for you, you can see how you just got like a speckled effect. Even though it's a black spray, you don't have to go completely black and cover it all. You can leave a lot of tone and depth by letting some white come through there. I'm going to put that to one side now, and I'm going to die cut some shapes out now for this. So I'm using these paper piercing ones, which I think is called Something Wonderful from Stamps by Me. And they're really, really fine kind of borders, but I had great fun with these, I've got to say. I've been having a good play with them. I'm going to cut these out of red. Pop them on. Not really too fussed if the actual leaves come off the end, but I just want the actual centre flower for both of these. And let's just pop this through the cutter. So how we all doing there? So I've not seen you all for 3 weeks, I think. Siren's going to go in the garden after this and get some of the lovely sun. I don't blame you. And just take those out. Oh, it always eats it. And I do this. Just going to tease that up. There we go. And we'll just get the other one. Move that out the way. And just get my pokey tool. Just so I can release that from the actual die. So I'm just going to use the little holes just to push that out. And just give this somewhere I can just start to tease that upwards. I do cut like a dream though, so it's so delicate. I've got my 2 flowers there. I'm just going to get rid of the dies and those little bits we don't need. And what I want to do for my background, I don't want these leaves on there. So I'm going to do is just trim these little bits of leaf off because we don't need them. So it's really easy to see where they are as well. So I don't want that one. I'll go around this other side. So we've just got the actual flower image. I'm going to do the same to this other style flower. There's a leaf there I don't want. I'll take those off. There's two little leaves there I don't want on this part of the card. We'll just trim around here. There you go. Just got the flower image there. And ahead of time, just so you don't have to see me cut loads out, I have actually done a little bit die cut crazy look and cut loads of the big and small flowers out. So we've got a good mixture that we can use. And all we're going to do is we're going to put these onto his actual black and black splattered background. We're going to overhang them though, so we can trim off the outer bits so that they actually overhang him. So we've got loads to go on. We're going to get these stuck down into place. So let's put some glue on the back of my hand. I found this the best way to do it for me. Obviously, if you've got any irritations to your skin, just be careful doing this method. I'm just going to get some glue on there. You don't need a lot because they're so delicate. I'm just going to start putting some of these down onto his background. And if you get a little bit of glue on the red, it doesn't matter, it will dry clear. Put that bigger one up there. Get a bit more glue. And I'm not too bothered if there's none in the middle. So we're going to be covering that area up afterwards. Let's just get some of that glue onto all these. Get this little one up here, I think. Obviously, if you had a bit more time, you could make sure that the glue's really taking a hold, but this will definitely do the job for today for us to show you. And obviously the big one, I think, coming from that corner. We've got a question there from Sarah. She says, when's your next collection out? It is definitely on its way, I promise you. As soon as I've got any dates or any information I can tell you, I will. Deliveries are a nightmare at the moment everywhere, I believe, so we're just waiting for the world to catch up, really, aren't we? I know in my day job we're having problems getting deliveries in as well from around the world, so I don't think it's just the craft industry, I'm afraid. Worth the wait, though, I promise you. You'll love it. I'll put this other one just over on this side. I'm just going to find one to go in this little area here, so I think we'll probably use just the lower part of that one. So just put a little bit more glue on there. It dries so fast in the studio, so I don't want it to fall off when we're demoing it. There we go. And we can pop that one into that gap there and give that a good stick down. Give them another push down. I'm just going to wipe my hand. Get that excess glue off, because we don't want that to go on the project. And I'm just going to go around this card now. I'm just going to trim off all these bits that are overhanging. So, really simple. I think the best way to do this is to turn it over, and you can clearly see which bits need to come off. This will just frame your design as well. Around that side. If you're doing a few of these as well, you could let them set the glue and then just put them through your paper trimmer. But because it's wet glue, I'm just going to do it with some scissors. So it doesn't pull. Try on these last few. And it's such a quick, effective way of doing a background. So I'm just going to get rid of those bits, especially where there's been little bits of glue on them. You can see when I turn this over now, I've got a really nice kind of image, and it kind of focalises it into the centre for you. So whatever image you put in there, you've got your sentiment or a floral. You could write your own message in there. It's just a really good way of giving you a border. Right, so let's get this bit layered up. I've got my blank card, and I've already cut a black layer for this to go onto, which will just make them flowers pop a little bit more. I'm just going to glue this directly onto this square. So Roxy Lisa's looking forward to the next collection. I am. It's just, I just wish it were here now for you all. Will not be long though, I promise. Push that down on there. I'm going to pick that up, put a bit of glue on the back. And you could easily alter this to whatever colour scheme that you want to work with as well. I just thought the black and red were quite dramatic really for this. And we'll pop that onto as white card blank. There you go, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to put that to one side to be setting. And we're going to work on the centre panel now. So with the centre panel, I've just got two nesting dies. I've got a black and I've got a white piece of card. I'm going to put these through the cutter, so we've got as bases. Just clear some of those little red bits off. Oh, they very well love these plates, aren't they? Just get those bits off. There we go. That's the black one. I think I might just have enough space to put the white one on as well. So let's get them both cut together. Let's run that through. Well, that's quick. I'll just get my stamping platform ready, so we'll need that soon. I'll just get those circles that we've cut. There's his black one. And there's his white one. Just pop those bits over there. So this is going to become the centre of our card. So if I just show you, if I put that there, gives you a really good idea of what kind of area we can work with when we're doing a stamp. You can choose whether you want to off-centre this into one corner or wherever you want to position it. I think we're going to go for the centre. What we'll want to do ahead of the next stage is put a sentiment onto this area here. And I think because we've got this red, I think the red will actually pick up really well. So let's get a stamping platform. I'm going to use a sentiment, live a good story. I like this one because it kind of creeps around the circle in the top corner. So it was a really good shape for this. I'm just going to get that picked up. And I've got an IZINK red ink pad. So we're just going to give that a liberal tap to make sure it's well covered. Give that a good press down. And do that again so we can get a really vibrant red on that. I don't think this card up to now has been anything really difficult. I'm sure we could all do this. Just move that to one side. There we go. We've got that. Just going to get rid of the stamp. Let's get that out of the stamping platform. So I really like how this lettering's come out, but I do think we could make it pop a little bit more. I'm going to use a really fine liner. This is a 0.1, I believe. I'm just going to pick out some of these edges. So you could be like really precise and go around all of them, but what I want to do is just pick out certain areas, so it just makes it pop a little bit more. So I might do around part of the letter. And let's do that top of the E, and we'll do that bottom one. We'll do some of these letters. You don't have to be precise, and you don't have to worry about where the light's coming from. Just enjoy it and just feel a little bit same. If you've got the time as well, you could do the whole letter. Do that bit. There you go. If I hold that up for you now, you can see, just makes that sentiment pop a little bit more. It just gives it a little bit of shading around them letters. You could also do it in like a dark red and a light red, so you can keep that kind of theme going. Let's get this glued onto our black layer now. Do you have any, have I missed a question? Do you have any hints? I don't know, I missed a question there, Emma. I'll see if I'll look through again. If I missed a question, I will apologise. Oh, hints from the new collection. Sorry, I should read down the line, shouldn't I? We're reading upwards. No, I can't. It's going to be top secret, I'm afraid. But as soon as I can tell you, I will be posting it on my page, I promise you so. Keep your eyes peeled, that's all I'm saying. As soon as I can tell you, I will. So I'm just going to put this panel in the centre. I've rose it up a little bit as well on the foam pads, just so it gives it a little bit of height. Let's pop that there. And then we're going to now make as the main embellishment here, which is from the same collection, but we're going to use the whole of the die this time. And then also the outline die. Let me get my plates back into cut. I'm going to keep with the same red and black as well, so it keeps the colours going on these cards. So red for the flowers and black for the outline. Make sure that's all on. We'll just pop that through. Irene says she don't think I do sneaky peeks. I can when I'm allowed, but I haven't got anything to show you at the moment. It's that top secret. I will put a sneaky peek on though when I can, I promise you. You're gonna get me in trouble, you all out. That's the black outline. And then we've got our red dye again. So, let me just tease those off. I was going to get my pokey tool just to get this little fine outline off. There we go. Move them out of the way. I'm just going to get these little bits that have just not fallen out. I'm just going to push them with the pokey tool and they'll come out really easily. And then like we did before, I'm going to glue this onto the black background. I'll use a little bit of glue from my hand again. Just tap that lightly. I've kept the leaves on this time, so I want it more of a curve to go around this circle. So rather than layer the circles up, I'll keep all the detail in this time. Let's just lie that down. That a good press down, make sure it sticks down. You can always pop round any edges that need to be re-glued afterwards. Oop. Lift a little bit of glue onto that bit. There we go. I'm going to wipe my hand again so I don't get glue everywhere. And then to finish this one off, I've got some more foam pads. I'm just going to raise it up a little bit. So I'm just going to push that over a second. 3 pads should be enough, I think. I'm going to give that a push down just to make sure that glue grabs. And then I'm going to put that in that bottom corner It makes our sentiment pop. And there we go. That's our first card. So it's really effective, that, and really all it is paper cutting and gluing. There's no more detail to, and obviously that white glue it'll dry clear on there. It's just showing a little bit at the moment, but it's because it's still white. So Roxley says that black really helps sentiment pop. I think it's just a really quick idea, and everybody can get a black pen, can't they? I think Tony launched them actually in Stamps by Me range the other day, so it might be worth looking at how much those are on the website if you haven't got some. Right, so that's the first one. I'm just going to clear this away, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'll be as fast as I can while we set up for the next one. It's like being at home, this. Let's move that to one side. Here we go. So what's we got on there? So, oh, hi Tracy, thanks for joining us, love. I never use red and black. I really should. It looks great. I think red and black's a really good colour to use as well, and I think it's quite a good combination for mail cards. But this is the second one I had to go with. I told you I've been a little bit flowery this week. For this one, I did an embossed background, and I used the inks to actually theme this card in the green and blues. So really good technique, this. Really easy to use, and I'll show you how to make this one. Let's get started on this one. I'm going to bring in my stamping platform. Let's give that a quick wipe. I've already pre-cut a little bit of card down. That's the right size for my card that I'm going to make. Get my embossing powder, my embossing bag. So I'm going to, for the main background image, I'm going to use this one from the Thirsty Brush collection. I think it's called Perfection. Top of it, I think it's called Perfection. So I'm going to use this really big floral image. I think it's a really good image, this one, and really versatile. Let's give that a dusting. I think I've got the dustiest embossing bag, little pouch ever. Are yours as dusty as this at home? So I'd like to know. This is the second one I've had and it just goes everywhere. Okay. I want to put this over the edge of the card so it kind of comes off there, but I don't want to go past the middle line. So I think that's a good position for that. And let's pick that stamp up. I'm going to use the pink embossing pad, but it just shows you where it is in case you're missing any areas. Give that a good stamping of the ink. A good press down. You can lift that up. I can see I've got majority of that. It's really hard to see on camera, but it just gives like a slight pink tinge. There you go. So I can see I've got like a pink outline forming on that. I'm just going to pick this up a second, and I'm just going to give us a piece of scrap paper. I've got some white embossing powder. I've got the Wow one at the moment, just because I'm using the last of this one. Let's get some of that on there. Really cover that image, and then we'll knock that off. There you go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do both sides, but so I don't knock this, I'll damage. I'm going to heat emboss this bit, then turn it around to the other side in a second. So I'm just going to move my stamping platform just to that side, and we'll bring in the heat gun. And we'll just get this to set first before we do the opposite side. I do love to watch this happening, I've got to say, it's like magic. I never get bored of it. We'll just do the centre of the flower, make sure it's got that. There we go. And I'm going to go back in and we're going to now stamp the other side. So get rid of my powder back into here so we can use it in a second. I'm doing well, I've not spilt it yet. Just leave that to the side. I'm going to bring this back in now. Just use the magnet to hold it. And I'm going to put this towards the centre this time so it just kind of fills in these gaps. I found with this stamp, if you like top and tail it, it kind of goes in a lot better rather than doing the same direction. So I'm going to go for there. I'm going to move that magnet a little bit further in. We'll pick that stamp back up. And give that a good coat on that pink embossing ink. Good push down. What's this? Is it? I put some talc in a pot now and use a big makeup brush. That's a really good idea, that. I've never tried that. I might have to give that a go, Tracy. I just seem to get, that one seems to be emptying everywhere. There we go. Bring in my scrap of card and use the white powder again. Tap off that excess. Put that to one side just a second while I get rid of this loose powder. There we go. I'm determined not to knock it over this week or spill it, or let's pop that under there a second. Right, so I'm just going to heat emboss the other side now with this. It's a lovely detailed design as well, those big flowers. It really, really is a good stamp for your collection. Tracy's put, what, at least you didn't do what I did yesterday. I poured the LG gold powder back in the pot. And here you go. Oh, it went everywhere. Well, my little faux pas this week, I'll be honest, is, you know, the black IZINK spray. I thought if I just held it really high, it'd be fine. I've got a lovely patterned effect on my radiator now. But I think it adds to my craft room, so I'm going to leave it. I've got to be honest. Right, so just get a piece of scrap card. And then for this next bit, I'm going to blend some inks on top of this. So I've chose two different colours to the demo one that I brought in originally, just so we can show it in a different colourway. I've got the Distress Oxide, Wilted Violet, and the Pick Raspberry. So we're just going to blend over the top of those white lines. It'll just pick out the detail really well. So I'm going to start from this edge, just circular motions. I want it quite dark. I'm just going to take that all across the top. And instantly that's just giving us a lovely background effect. I'm going to take it just above the midway and soften it out a little bit as we're going down there. Look. I'm going to turn it around. We're now going to change to the other colour. So we've got the picked raspberry. We'll start off deep at this side. And we'll just start bringing that up. It's almost like a coloured ombre effect, isn't it? And you could add more than 2 colours as well if you wanted to. But just because of the size of this, I think 2 works well. And that up a little bit on the edge. And I'm just going to take the pink into the purple, just to soften that join. There you go. It's really fast, that bit. You can see if I hold that up now, we've got a really interesting back panel for this card, and that white really pops, it really stands out well. Right, let's go on to the next bit. I'm just going to get my card layer for this, but we might as well glue this onto as base card because we don't need to do any other decoration to that now. So I'll use wet glue again. Give it time to set them when we do the topper. And we could go purple to pink. I think actually on this one I'm going to go dark at the top and lighter at the bottom. Give that a good push down. And we'll keep that to one side now while we do this topper. So bring the platform back up. So for the main image of this one, I thought I'd have a play with this set that I've got as well, which is from the Heart collection. I just want to take the main image out of the centre, which is this lovely like kind of lilies in a box frame. I think it's a lovely die, this one, and some nice sentiments as well, but I just want to use the main image for today. We've got a piece of card. And we'll just take that lovely detail stamp and we'll put it into there. I'm just going to stamp this in jet black as well, so we get a really crisp image. It'll pop a little bit more for us as well. Give that a good ink in. Give that a good press down, make sure we get a nice crisp image. I'm just going to do it one more time so we get a really defined print. Press that round. I'm really happy with that one. I'm just going to bring that to the top of the stamping platform. And what I'm going to do is, what we've already put on those sponges, I'm just going to put onto the top of this stamping plate so we can get the excess this way. And I'm going to get a paintbrush, which I've hidden somewhere. Where have I put my paintbrush? I've lost my paintbrush. Give me 2 seconds. Just grab one from over here. I'll be just 2 seconds. There we go. And what we can do is we can just wet his brush slightly and we can activate some of this pigment and then we can paint in some of this detail of these flowers. Look. And this way we're going to keep the same colours that we've used in this background. It's like this at home. Things go missing in front of me. Don't know where they go. Just subtle pink there. And then let's take a little bit of water into this lighter pink. And just brush that on the edge. I'm not too fussed about doing the whole design. I just want to get some of these lovely pink and purple colours onto these buds and leaves, and the petals, sorry. A little bit onto this. So it's really subtle. And then we're in the centre, I just want to make it a little bit darker. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of this wilted violet. I'm just going to just bring some of that darker just into the centre. That'll just really lift those petals a bit more. I'm not being too accurate. It's quite a free drawing, this one anyway. There you go. There's only a little pop of colour, but it'll just really theme in with the colours that we've used on this background as well. I'm just going to move that stamping platform to one side so I don't get ink on it. And I'll bring in the cutting plates again. Get these little red bits up. There we go. And I brought the outline die to this lovely little floral panel. I'll just put that in position. And I'm just going to use some masking tape to hold this from slipping. Just take some of the stickiness off the back of my hand. Let's pop that through. Just get some pads ready, so we're going to raise this up in a second. So Tracy's got 9% battery. We can do this, Tracy. We can get to the end, I promise. I'm just going to release that from there. Make sure that that masking tape doesn't take my design off. That's brilliant. I'm just going to put some foam pads onto the back of this to raise it up a little bit. Ooh. Spinning around. I'm going to put that towards the top there. I'm kind of going to use these three sides so I can get it central at the top. And then give that a good push down. And then I'm going to use one of the sentiment strips and just put one of these on for it. I think it really finishes it off nicely. Ooh. Just grab my other little sticky pad that shot away. At the back of that. And we can have it central or to one side. I think I'll go central again on this one actually, it looks quite nice. There we go. That's our lovely pinky purple card. You can see it's just a really simple background technique and it'll make your panels really pop. And whether you choose to do it in the pink and purple colour or whether you want to do it in the blue and green colour, I think it gives it a completely different look. Might be nice to gift this as well for somebody if you want to make some notelets for them. Two different ways of doing the same card, an easy background technique. I'll just bring in, so they're the two cards that we've made today. Both using really interesting background techniques. I hope you've enjoyed those anyway. So Phil says she needs to dig out this great card, inspired me. Oh, I hope I've inspired you. It's inspired me and it was nice to have a play with some products that, like you, I'm a crafter too, so I've been buying products from the different ranges. I just don't get a chance to play with them, so this was my little play with some flowery designs and I really enjoyed it, I've got to say. So, don't forget to get your Stamping Together Festival tickets. They're available on the Stamps By Me website and that's for the 30th of October. So if you can come to that, it'd be really nice. It'd be nice to see you. But other than that, thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you next week at the same time. So see you later. Bye-bye.